I've been working on this bushcraft themed survival game, and it's been a while since the last devlog. Well over a month now, and I'd love to say it was because I've been working on some huge new features, but really I wasted time on a big refactor that didn't pan out. Life and work stuff got busy, and I think I finally hit that spot that most games hit, where you lose that initial spark and motivation somewhat. But I am determined to see this through regardless. I knew even when I was most motivated about building this game that this time would come, as it always does. I resolved to work on this game for a year at least and a year at most. By that, I mean that I would not give up on development before a year of honest, consistent effort, and I would not continue development for more than a year without releasing something playable. If things go well, I would still likely continue development after that year, but either way, after a year, something would be available to the public. At this point, I'm about halfway there. But although I haven't achieved as much as I would have liked over the past month, I do still have some cool progress to show. If we just zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture, we can see my weak attempt at a pun, because that's one simple thing I did. I zoomed the game world out a little so you can see more of the world. Let me know if you feel like this is better or worse. I think maybe I have a bias towards wanting it to just look a little different, but I think I do like this view better. The main thing I worked on though was adding some gear to our swagman here. I updated the player and animation so that they could either be walking around with their swag and gear on or off. As you're traveling, you would have the gear on and you will walk a little slower. Once you make it to the spot you're camping for the night, you can set up camp. This will roll out the swag, and now the player will be able to move around a little faster. You might then take some time to try and catch a fish for dinner, collect some water, and eventually other mechanics I add to the game. And once you're done for the night, you can sleep in the swag and it will advance time. I need to do something to make this process a little more satisfying. Right now the player just sort of disappears, and I think I'll add a more clear indication of the speed of which time is advancing when in this sleeping state. The swag itself could also use some better artwork, but the core concept is there. Now, I actually just went to sleep in the morning, so I'll just go to sleep again to complete a full day cycle, and then it will be morning again. Now I can pack up the swag, put the gear back on, and continue on the journey. If you haven't seen these videos before, the idea is that you'd be trying to make it to the next town. I feel like I have almost all the pieces in place now for a bare bones survival experience. There is the ability to source food through spearfishing, you can source water through digging, you can source firewood and create fires, you can cook food on the fire, and you can sleep. The last piece I feel like I need here is for all of this stuff to actually have a purpose, which will mean adding in some sort of hunger, thirst, and energy system. If you'd like to stick around to check out how that pans out, consider dropping a subscribe or a like before you go, and I hope to see you back here for the next video.